Tekken Bowling League is a non-profit, non-professional league created for entertainment purposes only. The events or storylines that occur in these videos are fan fiction and are in no way canon to the actual Tekken franchise.
Get ready for the next battle.
Hello everyone, welcome to the final matchup of the first round in the Tekken Bowling League. And right out of the gate, we are going to see both captains representing these teams, Kazuya versus Jin. This is the matchup we have been waiting to see, and the league made it happen for us. They said, you know what, let's put Demonic against Riot right out of the gate. And Kazuya and Jin are like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and just come out here and face each other first thing. And Kazuya starts with a strike. So this is intriguing because, well, let's talk about Jin real quick. Remember, he holds the TBL record of a 225. This is him last season when he did it. Obviously, his team did get knocked out. But, you know, he goes out, bowls a strike, hits a 225. I didn't realize this till now, but he is the first player to bowl a flawless game. I thought it was Panda, but looking back on that, I see that he actually did it first. So, my apologies. Jin Kazama was the first flawless game bowler, and what I mean by that, no, it's not a 300. I mean, there were no open frames. It was spares and strikes only. So he was the first to do that, and then Panda is the only other one, I believe, who has done that. So he's going to start off with 9 pins instead of a strike, not even a spare on that one. So already off to a rougher start than his debut game. And Kazuya comes out and bowls one and sets himself up with a split. So, going back to what I was originally going to say, because both captains are out right out of the gate, what that means is the rest of the matchups are free, as in any of their teammates can bowl. So, you know, it's kind of, you put a guy out there or a girl and they lose, your captain has to come out and play, and it kind of gives you that chance of, hey, the captain is saving the team. But now, right out of the gate, the captain's playing, you don't have that this person has to play thing. So, like, the risk reward to that, I guess, is if you have someone who's not a captain come out first and you win, you have a little bit of flexibility. As opposed to here, you come straight out with the captain and you have flexibility for the rest of the game, no matter what happens. I don't know, it's kind of just a preference thing. But Kazuya is gonna get a foul, which is interesting, and then he's going to pick up a spare following his foul, so that would have been a strike. So yeah, I don't know if there's any advantage or disadvantage to having your captain come out when they don't need to. It's just, if they don't, then they have to if your team loses. If they do, then obviously you have the freedom to choose whoever you want to bowl for the rest of the game. Is really the only difference. That rule may change in the future, but as of right now, that's what it's been in Season 1, that's what it's going to be for the rest of Season 2. As Jin Kazama is off to a rough start. He did just pick up a spare right there, but this is definitely not looking like it's going to be a 225 game again, as he just got his first non-open frame. Meanwhile, Kazuya has a strike followed by 2 spares and set himself up with another split just now. He picked up the first one. Will he do it again? Lines up. Same ball, and just barely misses it by the hair of his chinny chin chin. He's a little confused, but he says, oh well, I'm still leading. Walks off. Let's go back to Jin. He's wearing the white hoodie today. He's going to bowl one nice and slow down the center, and a little bit of luck there gets him that strike.
Player 1, frame 5, first
So now
throw.
back to Kazuya, repositioning, falls down the lane again. That is twice he has done that, very uncharacteristic of someone like Kazuya. He's gonna go to the center, roll one straight up the middle, and leave himself with a pin. No, it comes back! Let's get a replay on that one. That was incredible. This pin kind of just rolled around it, and I guess knocked it enough off balance to push it over.
First throw.
Very lucky spare pickup, but hey, you'll take those any day. Back to Jin. He got a strike last frame. Rolls one, 9 pins. No strike on this one.
Player 2, frame 5, second throw.
Thinking about it, he's going to stay where he is. He's going to cut across the lane, but not enough cut.
Miss.
It's going to be slightly to the left, and that's a miss. Jin's having a lot of misfires today. It's kind of interesting, considering he's the record holder. Now begs the question, was that a fluke? Did he just have a career game on his debut? Or is this game the fluke? We're going to need more games to know which Jin is the real deal now, because questions are arising. And Kazuya with that exact same split for the third time, he's 2 for 3 on picking that up. And he continues to tell Jin it's time for him to meet his end. So, right now, Kazuya has a pretty commanding lead. Jin is just struggling to get any power on the ball, which is very strange. He just set himself up with a nasty split. These are really hard to pick up. They're doable, but you have to basically hug the gutter line and have one kick over. That's what he's going to do, but his ball is going to fall into the gutter, so 0 chance there. Needed a bit more power on that. Just didn't happen for him.
Player 1, frame 7.
So right now he's sitting at a 72. Kazuya has a 74 the frame before that with a spare and now a strike. So he is starting to take off on the scoreboard. And he keeps doing some air punches, so he's excited out there. Back to Jin, kind of in a hole here. He's finally got some power on his ball, and there's a strike. That's kind of the signature Jin we remember from Season 1, in the one game that we got to see him before he was dethroned by his now teammate, Ling Xiaoyu, who, at this rate, we might have to see her play. Kazuya again bowls one, another strike. He is keeping the pressure up. He knows who he's against. He is remarkably improved from his debut, to be honest. I don't entirely remember what he did. I don't have the stat sheet with me. I'm sorry. I should probably keep that with me to be a more professional commentator here instead of just winging it and trying to go off memory. So my apologies for that. But yeah, I know he's doing a lot better this week than he did in his debut game. And Jin is doing nowhere near as good, but that was a pretty nice spare pickup that he did right there. So this is a pretty heated rivalry right now, as Kazuya has 2 straight strikes, will not make it 3, but did set himself up for a nice spare opportunity.
Player 1, frame 9, second throw.
And if he picks this up, he pretty much, which he did, that was actually a really nice pickup. Bowled through 2 pins, barely clipped the side one. It doesn't get any better than that. But that might have just put him out of reach for Jin. He is at 141 sitting on a spare. Jin is going to have to strike out for a chance and hope Kazuya does not get any more strikes or spares. I think that's about the only way, and that's not how you do it right there. So it's looking like Team Demonic's about to go up by 1. Jin's going to scoot over. Has himself a spare pickup. Like I said, I don't know if it's enough. At this point, it's just garbage time scores. He just didn't do well early on in this matchup, and he's got 2 open frames in the 5th and 6th. Kazuya has overcharged 3 times now, so Jin has had opportunity. He just hadn't taken advantage of it. 4 open frames for the TBL record holder. And now Kazuya goes out and gets a spare. Would have been a strike if that was his first ball, but that's the second time he's got a spare off of a foul. So he could have actually been doing a lot better. And now on his final ball, he is going to end with a strike. It looks like Kazuya Mishima has defeated his son, Jin Kazama, in the first matchup. No matter what Jin does here, it's, like I said, this is garbage time points. He's just trying to save his average. That's basically all he can do at this point. Very disappointing from someone who holds the record. I know I keep saying that. I sound like a broken record. But, yeah, I mean, you come out with your debut and post the 225, and then the biggest matchup of your career possibly, and you're barely struggling to get over 130. I mean, 4 open frames, and then he leaves a 9 on the finale. So Kazuya won this one, and we're gonna move on. It's 171 to 145, so you know, respectable, but anything sub 150 is kind of in that you left too many frames open range. So you're not gonna win games in this league at sub 150. Oh, here we go. Ling Xiaoyu is coming out. She has got a tall task on her hand, though, facing Kazumi Mishima. Again, Kazumi's debut wasn't the greatest either, but she is a force to be reckoned with. She is a secret weapon. She looks like she has a new bowling style as she's scooting all the way to the side. Curves it inwards for a strike. Whatever she did in the off-season, it looks promising so far. And she says she's going to teach Xiaoyu the meaning of fear. This might get intense as Ling Xiaoyu steps up to the plate now. That classic smile on her face. This is what she had to say, though. The trophy pins definitely seemed different from the regular pins, but that's no excuse. I just need to play smarter and stay focused. She said that when we asked about her meltdown in the championship game. Obviously, she was the captain of Team Playtime. She's now on Team Riot with Jin, which is what she wanted all along. So she gave up her captain status to Asuka, who Team Playtime received in a trade. Playtime basically redid their entire roster under Asuka. But yeah, Xiaoyu basically helped lead her team to the championship game between her, Panda, and Elisa. So huge underdogs, but they made it all the way to the championship and just struggled mightily because they used trophy pins instead of regular bowling pins there. And now Kazumi is showing off her flexibility here, trying to pick up a spare with a straight ball instead of a curve. Didn't quite get it done. She left 9. Or she left 1, picked up 9, I should say. But yeah, going back to Xiaoyu. So now she's on Team Riot with Jin. She also is a curveball expert. Didn't quite curve it enough there. Kind of looking like she's having them struggles again. You know, she said she's got to stay focused and that the pins aren't an excuse. But it's not looking like she's really doing much better. A nice spare pickup on that one. There are rumors that her arm just wore down over the season, and by the time they got to the championship game, she had no power left. I don't know if that's true. I mean, these are fighters, you know, they fight, they bowl, they're physically fit athletes out there. So I don't think an arm wearing down is really what happened. I think she just didn't expect the pin properties to be what they were and just couldn't adapt through the game. But she looks like she's adapting here. After that spare pickup last frame, she comes out and gets a strike. So she is right back on track, again trying to save Team Riot. If she loses here, they will drop to the single loss bracket and Team Demonic will advance. Kazumi's trying to make sure that happens with another strike. Just kidding. The 8-pin said no.
Frame 4.
So she has strike, open, strike, pending. Nice slow ball and a late curve will deny her a spare. So she has gone strike, open, strike, open. Xiaoyu with a chance here to take off, as she has double spares and a strike. So, I mean, she's not, I guess I said she was struggling early. Not really. She's picking up the spares. And there's another strike ball. So now she has back-to-back strikes, as she does her little dance there.
Frame 5.
The butterfly dance? I don't know what you call that. Kazumi moving into her new favorite spot, as she will roll a ball straight, and we got some wiggle in the back, but she leaves a split. So she adjusted her style. Doesn't exactly look like it's working out for her. Had some promising start, but now she's going back to the straight ball, and again, just that right curve at the end. And you know, Kazumi is supposed to be this dark horse legendary bowler that everyone expected to be a secret weapon, and we're just not seeing it out of her yet. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu with her classic style. Nice strike pickup. What is that now? 3 straight?
Turkey.
That's a turkey. Ling Xiaoyu out here supplying turkey
Frame 6.
for the neighborhood. And now Kazumi back to her style. Oh, that pin fell late, but it counts. That is a strike. She's back on the strike train. Can she keep it going?
Player 2.
Moving on now to frame 6. Ling scoots over to her new spot. Bowls one. That is 4 straight. Whatever happened to Ling Xiaoyu in the championship game has been cleared from her mind. She is focused today. 2 spares followed by 4 strikes. I think she's going for the record. If she keeps up this performance, and Kazumi comes out with a strike, what is this right now? It is just back and forth, strike after strike between these two. This is, and she's still saying, I'm gonna show you the meaning of fear. We have had 6 straight strikes. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 straight between the two. 5 straight between the two. That is 5 straight for Xiao. No, 6. I'm getting confused. There's so many strikes out there right now. What is happening? That is her 6th straight. 5th straight. 5 straight for her, 2 straight for Kazumi, who is now trying to make it 3, and does, with a late pin knockover. What an incredible matchup. These two are, she's trying to lock this away. Xiaoyu's trying to save her team. There's bow ties all over the scoreboard. We're having pasta in the bowling alley right now. Another strike that didn't even look like it hit the mark. It just went right up the middle, but it had enough curve. That is 6 straight. This is uncharted territory for the young Ling. 6 straight bow tie pasta strikes on the board. Kazumi with an, what was that? It banked off the top and dropped down onto the others. Kazumi's getting some lucky strikes out there. And 6 straight. I don't know if she'll miss. She's in her spot again. There it is. Oh, she had no speed on that one. And there it is. Here comes the arm wear down rumors. Oh, her arm wore down after 6 straight strikes. You know, it's possible, but 6 straight? Come on. Young Xiaoyu, just incredible. And another not spare. She got robbed on that one, but oh my god, what a streak. 6 straight. And let's not forget, Kazumi is sitting on 4 right now. Make it 5. Okay. 5 straight for Kazumi, following the 6 straight by Xiaoyu. What have these ladies done in the off-season? This is incredible. Xiaoyu is sitting on a 206 with a final frame, and Kazumi is in her final frame with a 6th strike in a row. Both of them 6 straight. I don't think we've seen anyone get more than 4 straight. And both of these ladies come out here and get 6 straight apiece. This is by far the greatest matchup we have ever had in the bowling league. In the Tekken Bowling League. These two ladies have come out and just dominated the field. And Kazumi, she let it slip at the end there. Just fell off her hand. I don't know what happened. Not enough speed on it. So her streak will also end at 6. Wow. Ling Xiaoyu. Back on the train just like that. I mean, she's making it look effortless. You know, we sit here and talk about Kunimitsu and how consistent she is with her little curveball, hits the pocket so clean every time. Let's not forget that Ling Xiaoyu can do the same thing. And Ling Xiaoyu was in a championship, and Ling Xiaoyu just got another double strike. That is 8 strikes out of the past 9 frames.
Frame 10, third throw.
Past 8 frames, but you know, she gets the extra ball, so I guess it counts as an extra frame. Another 3. What is this performance? You know, aside from the 1 open frame that she had in the 9th, she was almost the 3rd flawless. She wins. I mean, 236 to 210. That's a new record holder. Xiaoyu now holds the record. Jin had 225. Ling Xiaoyu now holds it with 236. And we're going to see both these teams' draft picks come out to try to save the game. Akuma has to win for Demonic to advance. Zafina has to win for Riot to advance. I expect fireworks in this one too, but I'm mind blown. I can't even concentrate right now because, I mean, we just witnessed something so incredible in this league. I don't know if we'll ever see anything like that again. I mean, I guess over time as these bowlers improve, it's possible. You definitely want to see more of that. Maybe it won't be a surprise in the future if it continues to happen, but as of right now where the league currently stands, that is absolutely incredible performance by both young ladies. And I say young ladies, I know, I'm being nice. Kazumi is a very sweet woman, just we're gonna leave it at that. But
this is your fate.
yeah, seriously, like, that's just what a day those two had. I need to be commentating this next matchup. I'm still blown away from that one. Akuma comes out with a missed strike opportunity twice in a row now, hits 9 pins. But yeah, he looks like he's having a promising start. Zafina started her debut of her career with a strike, and now Akuma will go down the lane and hit a foul. That's why you don't bowl in sandals. Either that or he's trying to do a Street Fighter move and jump up in the air, and you can't do that in bowling. Maybe he was trying to throw a fireball. I don't know. But speaking of fireballs, Zafina's on fire right now with back-to-back strikes. Look at the flexibility she has. She's out there like doing the worm or something. And now Akuma coming out. I can strike too, except he doesn't. He leaves a little mini picket fence. It's not a picket fence because the 1 is missing, but it would have been. So it's still some sort of fence that he's got to knock down. That he just misses the entire fence and takes out 1 board. So back-to-back open frames for the first overall pick in the draft. Not a good start. Zafina with a really slow ball just curved away from all the pins, almost like there was a repellent magnet on them, and it just shoved the ball out of the way. It looked like she was in the same spot, just didn't have the same power behind it. She'll do that again. Scoots it over a little more, clips some pins, but they're not going to all fall for her this time, so she will leave her first open frame of her career. Back to Akuma. Following 2 open frames, he's going to bowl one slow and steady. That's not winning any races. He leaves 4 pins still standing. Are we going to see a 3rd open frame in a row, or will he pick it up? He's going to pick it up in a very strange fashion. I'm not sure how that one pin even got touched, but hey, whatever works. Zafina scooting over to her spot. Another slow ball. I think she just needs a little more power on it. I think she's trying to be too precise and not putting enough oomph behind it. And again, just a slow ball. Kind of hits the fence down, but misses one. That's not going to pick up that other pin that was over by itself on the left there. The 8 pin is what I'm talking about. So back-to-back frames for Zafina now allows Akuma to crawl back into this matchup here. And he will leave another non-strike out there. 8 pins. We've yet to see him get a strike, and he's the first overall pick. He's gotten 2 spares now, though. Maybe 3. Is it 2 or 3? I'll know here in a second. 3. That was his 3rd spare. Zafina started off strong with 2 strikes, but since then has gotten all open frames. There's her spot. Back to the strikes. All she had to do is put a little more power on it, keep the positioning, and there you go. You know, we just watched Xiaoyu and Kazumi have this incredible game, and Zafina kind of has that same bowling style with curving into the pocket. You would think she would watch that and be like, hey, that's what I need to do. I mean, it looked like she's trying to, but just not putting the power on it that the other two did. And we will now see Akuma get his first strike of his career. 6 frames in. Zafina scooting over to her spot, has the power, hits it just a little off the mark. So 2 pins will decline her strike.
Frame 6, second throw.
She is now scooting over very slowly, going to bowl. It looked like she tried to curve it into them late, but just not enough curve on it. So that's going to be a miss. Having a lot of misfires out there. Definitely not quite as big of a... how do I word this? There's not as much energy in this matchup as the last one. But it's still, there's a lot on the line here, so it's still really, really exciting here. I mean, and Akuma just gonna hug the gutter. We've seen so many try and fail at this, but he is showing off that he can do that. And that's why they drafted him, because he could just bowl a perfectly straight ball. He could put some power on it. He hasn't been putting power on it, but after his 2 misses, he's had 2 spares, a strike, and another spare. Zafina is struggling to hit her mark now. It looks like she started off good, had 2 open frames because she couldn't get her power right. Now she has the power right, but she can't get her aiming right. She will pick up an incredible spare, though, as that pin flipped upside down, touched the bottom of the corner pin, and knocked it over. So at least saves face a little bit on that one. But this matchup is... We've seen Akuma kind of take over in a game that Zafina had the lead for the first couple frames there. And now he will leave 4 pins that he will have to pick up if he wants to maintain this lead. Going with a slower, steady ball. Knocks down 3. No pin came flipping back to help him out. So the 5 pin claims another victim. Haven't had to say that much today. Zafina going to her spot. Has the power. Does not have the spin. Something is off with her spinning, and it's weird considering the flexibility and precision that she has. You would think that would be the part she's able to get and be struggling with the power, but the tides have turned on her. She's now getting the power but not getting enough spin. So very interesting development here, as Akuma's sitting on a 119, following that up with a strike. So I don't know, he's pulling away. Zafina's gonna have to do something. Whatever is going wrong with her these past few frames, I mean, she's getting the spares, don't get me wrong, that's good, but she's missing strike opportunities that she was hitting early on. And there's another one. Just not... That looked like the spot was right. That might have just been a rob.
Player 2, frame 9.
That 8-pin likes to rob people sometimes too. Nice, slow, steady ball. Nice and precise. Easy pickup. So, showing off a little bit of her versatility as she sits there crouched like a tiger stalking its prey.
Frame 10.
Or a spider, I guess. It's more her style. Spider, mantis, scarecrow. I don't know. Akuma, bowling through the pins, left himself a Kazuya split that he left himself 3 times in the first matchup, except on the opposite side of the lane. And Akuma will miss. Just kidding. He clips one. He will miss the other pin, though. Did not clip into the 10th pin.
Player 2, frame 10.
So he will finish with a 147, no final frame for him. Zafina, with a chance, has no power again. She just keeps struggling. She hit 2 perfect, and then couldn't find her power, and then couldn't find her mark. Has been picking up the spares, which she leaves the 5. That's not enough. It's not gonna be enough. Akuma, the first pick in the draft, won his first matchup, and Team Demonic will advance. Now let's take a look at the scores here. You got your unbeaten team. Obviously, we just added in Team Playtime and SmackDown. They will have to face off as well. But the single loss bracket teams will be facing each other in the next 2 matchups. And then we will move over to the unbeaten ones. As you can see, the teams adjacent from them are the teams that they will be playing. So, that being said, I really enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun watching mostly that second game, but the Jin and Kazuya matchup was pretty cool. Seeing the 2 rookies go at it in that final matchup to basically determine the team's fate, I think was a nice touch. So Team Demonic advances. Team Riot is fighting for their lives again, but hey, you get a second chance. You got Jin Kazama and you got Ling Xiaoyu on your team. I think they only have 3 bowlers. They're one of the teams that only have 3. So, hey, let's see what they can do. I'll see you guys next time, and hope we see more fireworks like this. Catch you then. Later.